Greetings, beloveds. When it comes to determining what breakout level to use, there is no hard science. So in this video, we're going to take a look at some variables and some things to consider. But first, I greet you in the love light of the one infinite creator. Alright, so we have a stock here. This is the weekly chart, 2 years of weekly data. And so there's a couple of things here to consider. We can either go to this weekly closing high as the next breakout level. Again, this is the 2-year weekly chart. That can be an option. Or we can go to the daily and we can determine that, okay, we can take this, any breakout above this level in the future, we can use that as our entry level, or we can take the actual daily closing high as another option. And even some school of thought is you want to wait until you clear and move above the intraday high, which would be, in this case, above 29. So there's a lot of options here, depending on where you come across the stock and also based on your breakout entry method. So lots of options. This is the daily, of course. Now, even on this daily, when I look at it, there's, in my opinion, a better way of looking at this. What we can do is take this daily closing high here. It's going to be at about 25 and change. If I draw a line through this daily closing high like that, I think now it becomes apparent, at least it is to me, that this is a level we can use. Why? Because here we closed at that high there and then tried to break out here and failed, led to this drop. We tried to hold above this breakout level here and failed here, led to this drop. And here in the last couple of days, we've come here, we've been rejected. So in my opinion, based on this daily chart, I would rather use the prior breakout level, which goes all the way back to this daily closing high from many months ago. So that, in my opinion, is a better entry level. That's one way I would approach it. Also, if you go back to that weekly chart, you'll notice the same thing here. If we take this weekly closing high there, and let me give you that price level, that was at $24 even. So if we draw a line right there, now, in my opinion, it looks like we have a reliable entry. Why? Because there was a breakout attempt here that ultimately fails. And even this week, we've moved above this level, but we are back below that level. So this to me seems to be an area where this stock is struggling to break out. So rather than wait for this breakout in the future above the current weekly closing high, and that level is at about, actually it is at exactly 27.15, it would make more sense to enter earlier using this as a entry level, the prior weekly closing high from there. So that's something I would consider. By the way, even though we have variable entry levels, the one thing we should always insist is that our minimum requirements are met. In this case, we can see our MACDs are trading well above 3-year highs. And we can also see that if the stock breaks out, the RSI should be back above 69.1. That's why it's on our watch list. Now, this is the 3-year monthly. Something else also here, which is actually what I chose to do, is if we go back, let's go back about 5 years. I'll show you some other price levels to consider from a breakout perspective. So what I did is I took this monthly closing high, and that price is at 25.83. So 25.83. This is the breakout level I decided to use, and I'll tell you why. And the higher level here on a monthly time frame, this is 6 years of monthly data, by the way, 6 years monthly. So the higher price level here is at 31.56. Now the reason why I chose this level here, this one here at 25.83, is because if I draw a line from there, I get this insight where we struck here. Number one, we went above this level, we broke out here, had a good run. In fact, we timed this entry back in 2021, sent an alert to subscribers back in the day. But after that breakout, we subsequently had a big drop. So we can say that this breakout failed right there. It failed to break out here. It failed here. And even as of this month, as we come to the end of the month, it hasn't closed or broken above that level. We are back below it. So that to me seems to be the level to watch. And that's why I sent a breakout alert potential here to clients that if this thing breaks out above 25.83, it is worth consideration. And by the way, as a side note, quickly here, all these arrows are pointing to areas where we had previously sent breakout alerts to paid clients. We tried here, didn't work out. This was successful, and this was successful from a breakout perspective. So yes, breakout levels, not an exact science, but I've looked into some ways we can adjust our breakout levels based on past behavior. I am ericwithmother.com. I leave you as I found you, in the love light of the one infinite creator. Go forth rejoicing in the power and in the peace of the one creator. Adonai.